I'm here in Davis Shores. It's a neighborhood in St. Augustine that's being dubbed Ground Zero for Hurricane Matthew's destruction. If you take a look behind me, you'll see this giant pile of debris everywhere in this neighborhood. You'll see scenes just like this. There are plenty of people here well in advance, all pumped up, representing their favorite presidential candidate. And from what we're told, the capacity here is 7,000. They're expecting over 10,000 people here today. Just to get things started here, what does it mean to be a Florida Gator?
It means academics and athletics.
Young and old, reptile and human alike, when the Florida Gators are on the field, these fans can hardly contain themselves. I asked State Representative Perry if he thought Lepla spit on him intentionally, and he couldn't say with 100% certainty that it happened on purpose. Perry also added he does not drink alcohol and was sober at the time of the altercation. Angelica's 25 now, and she's been training at this national training center, just one of 4 in the country for 14 years. But making it here on a daily basis wasn't easy. In fact, she drove up to an hour every single day just to make it to practice on time. Complete strangers left this dog tag and this plant at this neighborhood sign. The cap was originally set at 200 and then it was bounced down to 155. But the biggest question is what happens to person 156? You will not find a bigger USA Gymnastics fan than Dr. Kinstra, and she has the gear to prove it. Take a look at this stuff. She has the Olympic edition Cabbage Patch doll and the Wheaties box from back in the 90s. Some local fire departments find themselves with their hands tied when responding to calls. Savannah Collins joins us now in the studio with more. Savannah, there's been scenarios when firefighters have literally had to stand and watch as the buildings have been burning. How long will this persist, and why was that the case to begin with?
Dorothy's famous ruby red slippers are in need of saving.
But not from the Wicked Witch of the West. The iconic red shoes worn by Judy Garland are almost 80 years old and are definitely showing their age. The Smithsonian Institution, which features the shoes in their National Museum of American History, has launched a Kickstarter campaign. Their goal is to raise $300,000 to restore the sequin shoes. And with Jeremy Foley stepping down, Florida has been on the hunt for the next man up. We bring in WUFT sports reporter Ben Murphy, who has the latest details on the University of Florida's newest athletic director, Scott Strickland. Well, the big debate last night leads to a more fundamental question. Are you registered to vote? Today is National Voter Registration Day, and many colleges and universities were hosting registration drives. One student we met at Santa Fe College says she is honored to be able to vote in this upcoming election. That guy has so much personality, and it's so funny how life works out. To think a few days ago no one knew who he was, and now he's a Halloween costume. He has thousands of Twitter followers. That's unbelievable.
And Hillary, lock her up.
If they can't figure it out, they get a problem.
It wasn't hard to tell that the thousands of people who attended Donald Trump's rally had two things in common: their trust in the Republican nominee and their disgust in the opposing Democratic nominee. When asking about Hillary Clinton,
A liar. Deplorable.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
She would be the most dishonest and the most corrupt person ever elected to high office, and I don't think it would be close.
but of the thousands of people in attendance, one didn't feel the same way.
I'm here to peacefully support the candidate of my choice and to peacefully protest the candidate at this rally.
And his protest didn't come easy.
Threats coming in, and then after that, just a lot of get educated, you're a dummy, some cursing, a couple of belligerent people yelling, kind of drunk in my face.
How will Trump supporters react if Hillary Clinton takes office?
A civil war?
I believe you're going to be very surprised at the reaction of the real patriots in this country.
That's true.
It's going to be a revolution.
But most of the supporters today have faith that Trump will take the White House. If you take a look at the crowd, you'll see that there are plenty of people here well in advance, all pumped up, representing their favorite presidential candidate. And from what we're told, the capacity here is 7,000. They're expecting over 10,000 people here today.
Don't believe what the polls are saying, because these Trump rallies are full of people that want a change.
Many women were chanting "Women for Trump." So I asked how they felt about the comments Trump was heard saying about women this past weekend.
That was 11 years ago. Does not matter today.
I mean, anything he said, I've said 4 times as bad.
One of the many issues was radical Islamic terrorism. As Trump puts it, they believe he has the best plan.
I believe he's going to bomb the hell out of them. That's what we need to do. Bomb the hell out of them, not play with them.
It took over an hour for the Republican nominee to finally take the stage, but when he did, he was met with plenty of welcome. Ryan Nelson, WUFT News.
This is the jacket that was supposed to look like the team jacket from the medal ceremony.
Meet Dr. Carolyn Kenstra, a USA Gymnastics fanatic. She's been following the sport since the age of 9, and now the physician from UHealth in Miami has the assignment of her dreams.
Said gymnastics, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, they want us to do the gymnastics menu, and so it was pretty exciting to say the least.
Dr. Kenstra will serve as an Olympic gymnastics physician, on call at all practice sessions and competitions in Rio.
You're there for work and you have a role in a job, but also just to be there as a fan and really take in the opportunity to be a part of something that's such an amazing thing.
You will not find a bigger USA Gymnastics fan than Dr. Kenstra, and she has the gear to prove it. Take a look at this stuff. She has the Olympic edition Cabbage Patch doll and the Wheaties box from back in the 90s, but perhaps her most prized possession is a 92 recording of the Olympics that she watched over and over again.
Literally, my parents thought we were going to wear it out. We had the commentary memorized. We knew the commercials between the last routine and the medal ceremony and watched them forward and backwards.
These childhood photos say it all, and to this day, Carolyn is still a big fan of gymnastics.
I've probably seen part of every national championship of gymnastics, at least some coverage of it for the past, what's like 24 years now.
Even as an adult, Dr. Kenstra says she tears up watching classic moments from Olympics history because they bring back memories. And now, she'll add some new memories from a much closer view. Ryan Nelson, NBC6 Sports. If you've driven around Gainesville or Alachua recently, you may have noticed a 3-word call to action. Pray for Judy.
My initial reaction, I'm not deeply religious, but I said a little prayer for her, because why not? I mean, obviously there's something that she needs prayers for.
So who is Judy? Judy Rimbert is a Gainesville native artist and philanthropist. Rimbert calls her 800-acre estate Rimbert Farms home.
Oak Hall came out here one year. Look what they did.
She and her family make their property available for fundraising events, including Viva, an annual fundraiser that has generated more than $2 million for Haven Hospice. In 2007, Judy and her husband Davis made a sizable donation to Shands Cancer Hospital. But 4 years ago, her life took a dramatic turn.
And I knew pretty much that I had a brain tumor. I had already figured that out. So I was hoping it was benign, but unfortunately it was a glioblastoma, stage 4 cancer.
The tumor was removed successfully, but last spring, Rimbert's doctor called her in for another meeting.
So I went back over to Shands, to my doctors over there, and it turned out I had stage 4 lung cancer because it was not only in my lung here, but also in my neck. You can see where I was burned from my radiation.
That's when her dear friend Lynn Dominich sprang into action. Dominich was in Tampa with her husband when a simple yet dynamic message caught her eye.
I see this sign that says, "Pray for Sandy." And I thought, well, that is really neat. And so I started praying for Sandy.
Then she made the connection, and Pray for Judy was born.
And I said, you know, we need to put these signs out for Judy, because everybody is going to want a sign to pray for Judy.
Right now, there are 50 of these signs around town, and more are on the way. Perhaps the most striking part of this 3-word campaign is the blind support it's gotten from the local community. Complete strangers left this dog tag and this plant at this neighborhood sign.
It's just very encouraging to know that there are people that do care and that do take that extra mile to help someone and pray for someone.
Judy can't dance and sing like she used to, but through the struggles, she finds a way to stay motivated.
The beauty all around us makes me happy. I mean, you know, feeling sad for ourselves doesn't get us anywhere, but just being positive really makes a big difference in me.
Ryan Nelson, WUFT News.